Hey everybody, welcome back to another flute practice. I had one this morning working on my solo and my scales, but that was just a quick little one, getting prepared. I thought today I was going to do techniques, so some of the things that we're going to work on are high notes, low notes, double tonguing, single tonguing, trills, how to get clean notes, and just a bunch of things, stuff that I do with my flute before I put it together, afterwards, during, just a bunch of different techniques. That's why this one's a technique. Let's create another poll for today. What brand is your flute? So if you have a flute and you're watching my live stream, Jupiter, Yamaha. What's another one that I like? Armstrong. Armstrong's an okay one. I'm going to put other. Because, yeah, I can. What happened to my eyes? That's so weird. Why is it doing that? That's actually so creepy. Something's like wrong with my eyes. Let me type hi in the chat. That's weird. It's kind of cool though. Okay. So yeah, today's techniques, I already got my flute out because I was about to practice techniques. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should just do it on. Will that do something? What does that do? I'm kind of scared. What's happening? What's happening? My eyes are weird. Okay, I got rid of it. That was kind of creepy. Sorry, guys. But, so the first thing that we're going to do is about my flute. Once I'm putting it together, my screen is being really weird. It's reflecting off my flute. Anywho, so let's talk about maintenance for your flute. So when you first put your flute together, I start with my head joint. So we're going to take my head joint off. I swab and polish my head joint before I put it on, especially this bottom part, because my head joint is one solid color from top to bottom. I mean, you can see the ring where it ends, but like from back here, you really can't. It's like one solid color, as it should be. But when you have a flute that, like, if you walk into a band room at a random school and you look at their flutes, they probably have like a brown end. Oh, it's okay, Lucas Vids. Oh, you play Jupiter. Oh, yeah, I remember you. You played the Jupiter flute. That's fun. Hey, Angel. But yes, so a lot of things. Let me wipe off my screen because it's doing that weird thing. Yes, so much better. Okay. So one thing with flutes is they normally have a different colored bottom to them, because once it's stuck in the flute body, it will start to rust because of all the condensation. But if you take care of it, so like when I'm putting my flute together, I'll take it and put it in my entire cleaning rod and polish it. Angel, what are you doing? Okay, so this live stream, Angel, this is a technique for flutes. So like what I do for my flute, different techniques that you can play on your flute, just a bunch of different stuff. Yeah, we're gonna have fun. So now that you see it's polished, it's nice and clean. After you polish, there should be no fingerprints on it, but I'm putting my fingerprints on it anyways. So one thing with tuning, I'm going to take my crown off. You don't want to take your crown off on a regular basis, or some people don't do it ever, but some people, when they tune, I've seen this before, they take the crown off and tune, which completely ruins the tuning because the purpose of the crown is to put pressure down on the cork to make it in tune. So whenever you're tuning, you're going to always keep your crown on, lock it in, and then tune. So yes. Do you play Gorilla Tag? Yes, I do play Gorilla Tag. I do mostly Gorilla Tag content, but I only do instrument live streams. So, and just for anyone who knows, you might not be able to see it. I might be able to get it close to the camera. That's a sterling silver. That means my flute is made out of pure silver in and out. So let me grab my case. This is my case right here. That's the inside of my case. So then we just plop the head joint down in there. And now we're going to talk about stuff and techniques about my foot joint. Really fun. So same thing with this. Before I put it on, I polish it, clean out the inside. My foot joint is actually made out of copper I almost dropped my flute. It's made out of copper on the inside. You might not be able to see it. Yeah, it's made out of red copper on the inside, which gives it a nice thin sound. And it blends with the rest of the flute. But I basically just polish it. Sometimes I'll do warm-ups, like before I put it together, I'll roll my fingers across the rollers just to get them moving before I actually have to start playing. But that's all that I pretty much do with my foot joint. So about my foot joint, it is a B foot joint, which means it has an extra pad down here. So it goes down a note lower than it normally would. And it has an extra roller, so that one's thin. And then those are rollers, so you can literally roll your fingers across to reach that low note. So let me polish this, and I'm going to put it in my case, and then I'm going to put my flute back together and play it. So this first part is just about what I do with my flute. Okay. So they are in their case, in their spots. Shroom VR, yes. So now, the most important part of the flute. Okay, so we're going to start at this end and work our way down. So I have a Jupiter 611 flute. Here are some specs about it. It is solid sterling silver in and out, has open hole or French, an offset G, a split E mechanism with a C and C sharp trill keys, and it is an awesome flute. This one you can actually take the pad out to make it open hole. I keep the pad in for when I'm doing low notes, but when I'm actually playing, I like to take it out because it gives it a clean sound. But yes, that is the specs of my flute. It is a not very old flute. The Jupiter 611, which is what this is, new would be 2,800, so 2,800 new. So it's a good flute. I do not like my lighting. Let me turn on the overhead light quick. Kind of balances out this light up here. So we're going to shine that light right on the flute. Thank you, Angel. Oh, you're excited to hear it? Okay. I'll get there. So that's my flute all polished. So now we're going to put fingerprints all over it and put it together. So when you're putting your flute together with the foot joint, you don't want to jam it on there. You want to slowly twist it on there. And if you have a nice, clean flute, you should not have to use a lot of might to get it on there. Literally, you should be able to gently push it on there and it stay, like all the way. Just a tiny little tap, tiny twist, and it should be on there. If you're struggling at all to put your head joint or your foot joint on, something is wrong with your flute, and you might need to get it resized. But so when you're lining up your flute, a lot of people make this mistake. The foot joint, so the end of this key should be aligned with this rod, and this rod should be aligned with the end of this key. It should be one big line. Bye, Lucas Vids. Okay. See, it should be very easy to just twist your head joint on. Head joints do give a little bit more resistance, but it's for every flute almost. Okay, so that's not straight. Okay, so that's when your flute is all together, everything's in. So because we're working with techniques, I'm going to take my silicone plug out. So here's a tutorial for those who have an open hole flute and they want to take plugs out. You press down on the key gently, and you take a small object, a toothpick would work, and you gently press in on the silicone plug. Just wiggle it in a little bit, and then it should fall right through, and there's your plug. So now my entire flute is open hole. It's not customized in the way that I customize it, but that's okay. Okay, so for these low notes, I'm going to put it back in, but when we get to other notes, I'm probably going to end up taking it out. So there, that's how you customize your flute. If you put one single plug in a certain place you like or do anything to your flute, that's how you customize it. It's just how you do it. Okay. So now we are going to talk. Our first technique that we're going to do is low notes. Yes, very fun indeed. So I'm going to do it from a B foot joint perspective. Some may do it from a different foot joint perspective. My camera's really laggy. Let me get my pedal. That'll help. Okay. So when you're playing, what you're going to do, so some people, like if they're going to play a normal D, they try and use the same embouchure. So when you're actually playing with your embouchure, high notes, you're going to squeeze the sides and blow fast through the front. Normal notes, you're going to relax and just blow. But low notes, you're going to want to spread them way back and blow kind of like at an angle forward. So something I do when I was first practicing on my low notes, you take a pencil, press it against your lips, and gently blow. You want to say like poo. So it's very simple. And when you're doing a low C, for those who have a low C, that's easy. Your pinky will cover both of them. So your pinky covers both of them. But when you have a low B, sometimes your pinky only covers those two and forgets to plug down on that third one the whole way. So you're going to want to cover them and gently press down on the edge of the low B. Or you can twist your foot joint up a little bit, and that'll give it leverage. So you have to hit the C sharp no matter what. One thing I like to do is the slide technique. So you're basically sliding over them and gently pressing down on the end. But sometimes even then I don't cover all the way, so I have to lift it up. Twist it back a little bit. Okay, so that's technique for the low notes. Now we're going to do more technique for the low notes, and it's skipping. So one thing I did when I first switched, and I tell people when they're first switching, is finger a D and play a low D. And then you're going to go D, C sharp, D, C, D, B. And you're going to skip. Like you're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 1. It's a pattern. And some kids, when they're first switching, they struggle to get that low B out first try. And I just tell them, blow straight. All you have to do, finger it and blow straight. All you have to do, just finger it and blow straight. And that lever is there for when you're doing different fingering techniques for different high notes, like really high notes, like past your high C, high D, high E flat, E A, F sharp 8. I'm really laggy, which is, it's fine. It's fine. That should have fixed it. No, it's not fixing it. Isn't that just great? What if I... Okay. And if you just wait a little bit and it should fix. Can you tell me in the chat if it's laggy? Because I feel like it's really laggy for me, and it's like whenever I move, it takes it a minute. So that's when you're like really pushing it forward and trying to get it to go through. Oh my gosh, it's actually so laggy. I hate when it does this. Hold on, let me fix my pedal. It might help. Is that better? Alright, tell me in the chat. Is it laggy? Or you can go. So that's tonguing techniques. So now we're going to work on tonguing on the low notes, like the low. It's lagging. Yeah, I figured it's lagging. It's not. My thing is just being really weird. Okay, I guess we'll just have to wait it out. Okay, well, it's not lagging for me. Oh, yes, it is. Never mind. So when you're playing low notes and you're trying to tongue, it might take it. Okay, it's really laggy. Is it still laggy for you? I was like, something's happening. Guess we're just gonna have to wait it out. Nothing I can do. Okay. when you're tonguing your low notes, sometimes it goes twit, twit, and it brings it up an octave. So that's weird. But when you're tonguing your low notes, you want to try and keep your air straight and just like gently, because it's going to break it up. Alright, so that's all on low notes. Now we're going to skip ahead to the really high notes. How when you end streaming? I don't know. Can you like type that in a different way? Please. Thanks. Okay, so when some people mistake when they play high D, they do it like a normal D. No, it's like you're playing a G, but lift up your pointer finger. Now blow. You can tell the difference between oh my gosh, why is it so laggy? I hate this. I actually hate it. Okay, no more pedal, because the pedal is probably making it laggy. Okay, so now we're going to do high fingering. Thank you. So high fingering, first it's pinky, back thumb number 1, finger a G, but lift up your pointer finger. That would be a D. Now, finger an E flat, but add your pinky. Finger a E, but pick up your ring finger. Finger an F, pick up your middle finger. Finger an F sharp, pick up your middle finger. G, but let go of your back one. Back here, let go. G sharp, let go of your back one, and pick up your pointer finger. A, you're going to finger just your middle finger and your back one, your pinky, and then on this hand you're going to do your pointer finger and that one trill key. So it should look like this. So those two, your middle, your first back right there, and your pinky. And then add the next one for B flat and switch this finger, your middle finger, to your pointer finger. And then finger an F with nothing. That's a C. Those are your high notes. So some technique on your high notes, you want to blow straight and fast, like. So that's how you do your high notes. So now our next technique, I'm going to go with trills. I love trills. So trill number 1 is from low D or low E to low D. F to E. A to F sharp or G to F sharp. You can only do this one if you have a split E mechanism. A to G. B to or C to B flat. C to B. C to D. C sharp to E. And then you just repeat that. So next we're going to work on single and double tonguing. Single tonguing is just normal tonguing. Like, let's do a G scale. Easy. Double tonguing would be this. you're going t-k. So instead of going or you go t and k, like T key. Or d g, like d g. Dig. It's lagging again? Yeah, probably is lagging. For me it's not, but something's happening with the background and it's lagging. So yeah, what does it look like? Oh yeah, that's awful. Yeah, something's happening. It's lagging out. It's on my behalf from my setup. I've uploaded a lot today, so it's probably just taking a minute. But I promise my next streams will not be like this. I have to do something. But double tonguing, t k or d g. It takes a while because when you're going you have to do it in a way where it doesn't stop your air. You still have the airflow, but you're not stopping it when you go So you're tonguing the top of your mouth and the back of your mouth. And then there's one triple tonguing. That's really hard. That's triple tonguing. So double tonguing is single tonguing. Yeah, so you keep a tempo. So let's set a tempo. Maybe y'all can hear this. I don't know. I'm going to set a tempo and do double tonguing for 4, triple tonguing, or single tonguing for 4, double tonguing for 4, and triple tonguing for 4. So first tonguing should be t, k, t, k. Second, tick, tick, wait, tick, 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 tick. And third should be tick, 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 tick. I'm not promising anything on the third one. That's probably why. That one's really hard to do. Yeah, so those are the techniques on the flute. So now we're going to do what I do when I'm done playing the flute. So let me grab my trusty bag and grab my cleaning rod. So first thing when I'm done, I go ahead, open up my case, get it ready, put it right there. Grab my flute, my head joint, and put my flute down. And then I grab my cleaning rod and swab out the inside of my head joint. Set that aside. Grab my cloth from yayyyy. And sometimes if the lip plate gets crusty, you can do this. And the heat from your mouth will create like a vapor, and it'll help get like the smudges and stuff off. And then when I'm done polishing it and it's all shiny, I don't touch it with my skin because I don't want fingerprints on it again. I gently lay it back in my case. Ooh, we got another vote. Ooh. For someone who does not have a Jupiter flute, what is your flute's brand? I am a Gorilla Tag YouTuber, but I do flute live streams. So if you have a flute and it's not Jupiter, someone put other. Tell me what the other one is. We can find out. Okay, foot joint is next. Foot joint is so easy to clean. Just put your cleaning cloth through and then that's it. And that, well, for the inside. And then you want to grab it and polish it off. Like this. Just simply polish it. Get all the keys. And then gently lay it back in your case. Like so. Boom. You're almost done cleaning your flute when you're done playing. Then you're going to swab out the inside of the flute body. Be careful for this one. And you're going to do the same thing with the actual flute. Just polish it. Make sure to get all the keys, especially open hold players, need to polish their flutes because the inside of the keys could get rusty from the condensation. And then you layer your flute in there. You just cleaned your flute. That's it. And then close. I'm very laggy. I can see myself lagging very much. Okay. Now, I take my spare cleaning cloth out, put my flute case in the flute bag. Just put it in the flute bag and layer my pencil, my cleaning cloths, and my actual cloth back in. Like that. Put my screwdriver in with my plugs in the front pocket. And boom. Flute techniques. Okay, so that was our flute technique live. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know it was laggy. I'm going to try and get that fixed because it's been lagging for the whole time. But I'm going to try and do some stuff, get it fixed. Let me end my poll. Okay, it's ended. Yes. Okay, so someone liked Jupiter, 66%, and 33% other. So that is fun. We had 3 votes. Thank you guys for joining my live. I really appreciate it. I'm probably going to have a live on Wednesday because I have basketball practice all week. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Bye, guys.